I just graduated from Hamline University. I studied anthropology and I studied social justice. My focuses were in Mayan archaeology and environmental justice.
Oh, wow.
And actually, for a while, I was interested in going into Mayan archaeology, and I lived in Yucatan, Mexico for a while. But I decided that it would be really difficult to actually get a job in Mayan archaeology as a foreigner. So I came back and went after what I'm really interested in and have always been interested in, which is weather and climate. In college, I studied climate modeling, and I watched Al Gore's movie, and that got me really interested in doing something about climate change, but knowing the science behind it too. I guess I've seen firsthand what a disastrous weather circumstance can be like and what it can feel like. Also, I've volunteered after Hurricane Katrina in New Orleans, so I saw how people were affected by the hurricane. And knowing what I know about climate change, knowing what I know, especially from knowing the science behind it, because I think it's really important to know the science behind it and then do something about it. We're all going to be affected by climate change, and I think that at this point, it's too late to turn it completely around. We need to be ready to adapt to it. We need to be ready to adapt to it in a way that's fair, in a way that people are not left behind by governments and communities, and I think that it's not too late to do something about it too. I'm hopeful too. I think that if we reduce our carbon emissions, and Copenhagen's going to be an extremely crucial moment for doing that. If we reduce our carbon emissions now, we can make it a disaster beyond the proportions we can even imagine manageable. There will still be problems, but we can do something about it. I think youth have a crucial role to play in it because this is the future that we're going to have to be living with. This is the world we're going to have to be living with, and this is the world that our descendants are going to have to be living with, and we have a first-hand role to play in this because this is going to be what we're going to have to be living with 10, 20, 50 years down the road. It's easy to think of climate change when people talk about global warming and climate change as a theory, but this is something that's already happening. It's not something that's out there. It's something that's all around us. It's something that we are living inside of, and there's no way to escape it. We need to deal with it. I think the Midwest is incredibly important in the Copenhagen talks because there are a lot of ways that the Midwest is going to be impacted by climate change, and I know this is in part from the climate modeling that I've done for the Midwest. For example, there's going to be a disproportionate amount of drought, especially in western Minnesota and the Dakotas, that we'll have to prepare for, and all across the country, all across Middle America, where the food belt, the grain belt of America, there are going to be food shortages, droughts, and places with a lot of water, where we have the Saudi Arabia of water, and wind, but of water in the Great Lakes area, in the Midwest, in Minnesota, and we need to realize that that's going to become an incredibly important resource. And also, we have a lot of natural places of beauty all across the Midwest. You go up north to the Boundary Waters. I don't know if you've been there, but it's really beautiful. And I just drove across northern Michigan on the way back from a conference to training out there, and it's beautiful. We don't want to see those places disappear. This is not just about ideas. This is about the world we're living in. This is about the places we're living in. We are part of these ecosystems. We are not outside of them, as is often thought of. I'm extremely proud to be representing Minnesota. First of all, just that it was so difficult to get this position. I'm proud to be the one that was chosen for the position to actually be going to Copenhagen. But also, I love my state. I love Minnesota. I love the people here. I love the lakes here. I love everything about Minnesota. And I want to be able to take that to Copenhagen. I want to be able to take Minnesota to Copenhagen, and when I'm there, to be able to represent the issues that are going to that are already impacting Minnesota and which will be issues in the future as well. I really love how engaged people are in Minnesota. Minnesota has had the highest voter turnout for the last couple of elections. I'm really proud of that. And I feel like youth in Minnesota are really engaged too. I feel like there's a lot happening in our generation to come up with solutions to all the problems that are around us. Our generation has more problems that we have to deal with than many generations in the past. And I think that we're stepping to the plate. I think we can do something about it.